And we are live. Hi, y'all. Happy day. Oh, happy day when Jesus cried. Let's go. Let's go. Good evening, YouTube. Welcome to the ChibuchiHHG channel. I'm HHG, one half of ChibuchiHHG. Thank you for being here today. We live, y'all. Whew, get on in here. Come on. Come on in here. I like it when they do that right there. I am live right now. Let's go. Okay, y'all. Welcome to the Chibuchi channel. We'll get into some things per usual tonight. As the topic says, we will get into the understanding of the Nigerian USA immigration process. So, migrating from Nigeria to the US. Today's date is June 30th, the last day of June. Happy July. It's almost July in 9 minutes to be exact. So, happy July. Today is June 30th, 2026, and I am blessed and grateful to be alive. I truly am. I'm happy to be here. Thank you, Jesus. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a few minutes until we get some participants before I dive into the topic for tonight. Cheers. Nice, refreshing. Let's go. Oh, I need my iPad, and it's over there. Give me 1 second to grab my iPad. And I'm going to just get started. We're not going to wait around for the latecomers. We just need to get in here, get started. Let me see. What am I looking like? Fresh face, fresh body, fresh glasses. Pause. Let me grab my iPad and then I'm ready. Y'all know how I be. Oh. Okay, testing. Have fun now, Tyler. Okay, testing. Yes, audio is working. Period. Have fun now, Tyler. Testing. Yes, audio is working. Period. Okay. That's why I needed my iPad. I needed to make sure the audio was working, and it is. Uh-oh. Let's get it. Boom, y'all. I got the camera situation a little bit better today. I'm so happy. We live on the iPhone, using the iPhone camera. Mm-hmm. Oh, how are y'all doing? Welcome to the channel. Welcome, y'all. Y'all up late. That's why I come a little late, because I say, you know what? The ChibuchiHHG family be up late right along with me. So let me come on up in here. I'm still up. Y'all still up. And we're going to talk about the whole immigration process, bringing our spouse from Nigeria to the motherland. Ooh, excuse me, to America. So from the motherland to America. That's what I want to dive in today, because it's the process, and the process is definitely processing. It's being I don't know. We just got started, so I really can't complain. But I feel like I want to complain. You know how you gotta complain. You have a complaint, even though you don't have any reason to complain. That's me. All right, let me share the screen. What y'all doing up? The topic is right there, understanding the Nigeria USA immigration process. I just really want to dive into it somewhat. Let's make it a little bigger. Okay, so what we have here is the process. If you are in like a relationship, because you know, we talk about long distance relationships on this situation, on this channel, because that's what we're in. We're in a long distance relationship, long distance marriage. And so once you get married, of course, you want to live happily ever after with your partner. But when you're in a long distance relationship, an international relationship, it doesn't just happen as quickly as a regular relationship, as a domestic relationship, a in-state relationship, a in the same country relationship. My earring just falling all out. I can't stand it. It's okay. But when you're in an international relationship, like Chibuchi and I, somebody has to migrate from their home country to the other spouse's country. So we are in that process. And what I'm showing you right here, right now, is how do you start that process? How do you start the immigration process? So you got two options, right? To come to the US. And I'm talking about him coming to the US. Do I want to go to Nigeria? No, not necessarily. It's hot and it's hot. And that's all I'm going to say for now. But the ways he can come here is he can apply for immigration. And the two options for that is the spousal visa and or the fiance visa. Now let's talk about the fiance visa first. And we're just gonna kind of really scan over that because that's not the route we took. Fiance visa, when you're fiance, when you are a fiance, you're not married yet. So the fiance visa, as it says right here, you're not married yet, unmarried partners of U.S. citizens. So say if he was my fiance, we could do the I-129F visa. So that visa, he comes here, he's still my fiance, but we must get married within 90 days. Hence the TV show, The 90-Day Fiance. Did we apply for that? Yes. But our process was kind of moving too quick and they couldn't accommodate us. And plus, once I did my research about 90 Day Fiance, it's all about the drama. And you don't get paid, you just get famous, and you got to flip that fame. Yeah, I'm sure they probably help you go through the whole process, but we wasn't really for the cameras and the drama. You know what I'm saying? We're doing this based off of love, not for attention or clout or fame. So the fiance visa, your partner comes over here, you have to get married within 90 days and file for a green card. Must file an additional application for work, travel, and wait for approval. So your fiance gets to come on over here. Well, they apply for the I-129 form visa. It has to be approved. And then they get to come on over here. You get married within 90 days. You file for a green card. And you sit and wait until the whole process of becoming a full citizen. This is all the initial start. Now, the other option is once you are married, you can do the spousal visa. The spousal visa, the green card. You're skipping the whole, it's like you're coming over already certified. You're already married and you're already obtaining that green card. So you're legally married, to a U.S. citizen, you arrive as a lawful permanent resident. So you got your permanent residency. You can travel, you can work and travel internationally immediately upon arriving to the U.S. I'm not sure how true that is because I've been seeing some things in Facebook groups, not recently, but I've seen spouses complaining how they can't work or like waiting on their social security card or something like that. But anyways, you come over here with some type of status. You have been granted status to live in the States when you do the spousal visa, the green card route. So the first step is doing the I-130 application. You're married, you apply for the I-130 application, which is known as the CR1 or the IR1 visa. Right here. Now, this is basic Google information, and it's accurate. We have already applied for an I-130 application. It was like $600. So the process is the U.S. citizen or permanent resident files the petition for their spouse. So I filed a petition for my husband, Mr. Chibuchi, to come to the States. Once approved. Now that approval cycle, that initial approval cycle takes some time. Right now, as of 2026, it may be even longer, but we'll come back to that. The spousal completes the consular processing and arrives in the U.S. with the physical green card already in hand. I'm not quite sure how accurate that part is because we have not physically gone through that. We are literally at applying for the I-130, and that's it. We applied for the I-130, paid the fee, got a receipt from the Homeland Security office saying that, hey, we received your application. This is your receipt with your reference number. That's it. That's all. So we are literally at the beginning. Some drawbacks. It says historically, initial USCIS processing time can be long, often from 12 to 18 months. So it may take up to 12 to 18 months, a year and a half for that I-130 application to be approved. That seems like a long time. Right now, we are 6 months in. Yeah, because technically we applied January 1st, 2026. And it's now July 1st. Oh, happy July, y'all. It is July in the United States. And it is July. Happy new month. Chibuchi, you haven't sent me my about Nigerians. They always send like a happy new month to may God bless you with many blessings and just a lot of good spirited encouragement. Hey, Miss Sexy Chichi. Hey, Chi. How far now? Look at he's turning into a Nigerian. I love it. I done kind of forgot some of my Nigerian lingo. I was not practicing when I was there, to be honest. Chibuchi act like an American, always speaking English. So back to this, right? Back to the visa process. Information right here is straightforward. To get me through this whole process, I just been educating myself, reading information, staying up to date. Now, the reason why the immigration process is on pause, I don't want to say the word ban, but it's on pause due to the Presidential Proclamation 10998. Proclamation 10998. And Trump implemented that proclamation due to the security risk of foreigners coming into the U.S. and overstaying on their visa, committing criminal acts. And this is not just the Nigerians. This is people that, mainly it's people that can actually walk across the border. Hence, Mexico, Mexicans, Guatemalans, Cubans that can just travel by boat to Miami and take over Miami and come through to other parts of the states. The Haitians had TPS, temporary protection services. So a lot of people in South America, the Caribbean, have come to the States for various reasons. And it's like the Republican American people want them out. Now, I understand getting rid of criminals, people who here not making the country better, people here that's taking advantage of the tax system, working, not paying taxes, coming here, receiving government assistance. Like somebody has to pay for that. And if you pay taxes every year, you definitely are contributing to people who fall in that category. So I understand getting rid of people who are a nuisance to America, but Trump just took it to the extreme, and now he's like, pause, everybody, pause. Nobody else is coming in. Now, people are still coming in, of course. But as far as like newlyweds like Chibuchi and I, it may be a journey. We okay with that. We definitely understand it. And the good thing is that America is not the whole world. There's plenty other places to go besides America. Would we like America to be one of our main homes? Yes. Like, I'm American. Everybody wants to at least come to America. Not everybody, but most people would like to experience the American life. I've been to plenty of countries, and I must say, when I'm out of country, I be like, ooh, I can't wait to get home. America, yeah, we have our problems, but I I do believe we are a country with a lot of freedom. And I love freedom. So yeah, we want Chibuchi to have American citizenship, no matter where we live. Will it be a process? Yes. Do we understand that? Yes. I did. Let's see. I did. How your side? Man. Tyler done went to Nigeria, started business over there, and now he's totally Nigerian. Tyler, I hear that the Nigerians are heavy down there in Houston. And I need to go see. I need to go get some food, some Nigerian food. Oh my God, you should definitely go because I looked up flights on one of my last lives, and the flight from Atlanta to Houston is only $86 right now. I would love to go. Hold up. Camera looking fuzzy. Okay, whatever. I'm trying to get it right. I don't know why. The Wi-Fi box is sitting right there. My phone is right here. The desktop is right here. Like, why are we fuzzy? Anyway, let's keep going with this. So you apply for one of the visas, either the I-130 or the I-129. Fiance visa, a spousal visa. So we do that, right? And we have done that part. Now, some things, when I'm researching, I don't understand. I'm like, what does this mean? Everybody uses abbreviation when they're talking, and I can't stand it. Everybody got an abbreviation for something. And I'm like, just type it out. but they don't. So I had to do my research. And right here is some of the terms. But let me show you. Let me show you a timeline, a real timeline that somebody posted that I want to share with y'all. So give me one moment. What's that there? They have Nigerian food in ATL, but it's overpriced. See, I don't want nothing overpriced. But you know what? The documentary I saw, it was kind of overpriced too. But it was a lot of food. It was $45 for a plate. That's a lot of money. Let me get that screenshot. But I mentioned Houston because it's like the Nigerian Mecca down there, I hear. I hear like they're taking over. Is that true for ATL? Like, are there a lot of Nigerians in Atlanta? I like my peaches out in Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia, the surrounding area. Sometimes when we think about Georgia, we think Atlanta's the only place in Georgia. Okay, here we go, right here. I love Apple products. I love how everything is just connected. And it makes life so smooth. Okay. Uh-oh, what happened? That's fine. So we're going to share the screen. Are we sharing screen or image file? Image file. All right, let's take a look at this. So this person shared their immigration timeline. All right. So they said to spread a little positivity and thank God. They applied for the I-129F. They filed that on August 22nd, 2025. Mind you, Chibuchi and I got married April 2025. NOA2. Now, this is all these abbreviations. I'm like, why not just spell it out? But I get it. Once you know the process, you know the process. So NOA2 approved, which is notice of action. We're going to get to it. That was March 23rd, 2026. So from August to March of this year, they got a notification, right? And then it said sent to DOS, Department of Service or Department of Security, April 16, 2026. And then the NVC received May 19, 2026. That's just last month. Then they had their doc review email. They received that on June 4th, 2026. That was in June of this year. And then the U.S. visa email came in 4 days later on June 8th, 2026. Then they had their doc review and coming up July. Happy July. Congratulations, July of 2026. And they're going to attend it at the Lagos Embassy. So they have their documentation review coming up July. That literally took less than a year for all those processes. Now, mind you, they applied August 22nd, 2005. That was before the immigration ban. But also, you got to remember the I-129F is a fiance visa. It's not a immigration visa. So our great president, he stopped immigration for people who are actually married, like Chibuchi and I. But if you got a fiance, aka boyfriend, you can bring him on over and y'all better get married in 30 days, which doesn't really make sense to me because all fiancés don't turn into a wife. He can get over to America, or he or she, your Nigerian spouse, can get over to America and go AWOL. They could not want to marry you anymore. You could not want to marry them. The relationship can go sour within 90 days. Who knows, right? And you're supposed to return back to your homeland. But honestly, who knows if people truly do, right? So that's the thing I don't like about the whole presidential proclamation 10998. It allows the boyfriend, the fiance, to come on over and get married in the States. But if you're already married, there's a pause. Because if you're doing the I-130 green card spousal visa, you are migrating. You coming for good. So let's see what the comments saying. They have Nigerian food in ATL, but it's overpriced. I believe it. It's like 50. Yeah, the food in Houston was like $45 for a plate, but she was serving big plates. Still, that's a lot. But when you think about it, like say you go to like Texas Roadhouse, one of the chain restaurants, even like Benihana's or something, you're gonna pay about $50 too. I'll stick with Slutty Vegan. I never had that. I see them maybe like 3 times a month. Oh, Nigerians? Okay, well, you see them more than me. I only met one Nigerian in my city. How long do you have to go to get approved? So they say the initial approval is up to 12 months to uh, 18 months. So a year to a year and a half just to get your application approved. You better hope you get approved the first time. If not, I'm pretty sure you're going to the bottom of the stack. At Texas Roadhouse, I spent about 25 at the most on one meal. Okay, well, what about Benihana's? You know what I'm saying? But let's say Benihana's because Benihana's is like an Asian cuisine. Nigerian is another different culture cuisine. Texas Roadhouse is our American food, right? $25 is probably my budget too. I don't like paying $50, $45 for a meal out. I'd rather just buy groceries and eat at home. Yeah, that's definitely the catch. Like, so when you know better and when you know what the food really costs in that country, you don't want to overpay for it anymore. But I'm sure that's the same thing with other ethnicity foods. I never ate Indian food, but somebody was on live Saturday telling me that I should try some Indian food. I know it's America, but like 7 or 8 times the price is crazy. Agreed. America got to get that Zala. And they coming over here and they like, think about the Nigerian serving up the food. Oh, I only get $1 in Nigeria for it. I come over here, I get $50. That's 50x the income. But then also, it's America. Things are more expensive. They're paying for restaurant, rent, like, all that good stuff. You get your food at a restaurant in Nigeria, you may be eating at like a roadside restaurant. So the the cost analysis is a lot different. But I get what you're saying. Even the Nigerians that come here complain. They better stop complaining. Cause they can just make it at home. So what they tripping for? They know they should. They grew up making it. I get it though. I understand. And things are just high, anyways. I usually just like to eat at home. And then when you eat at home, you can eat as much as you want. That's the benefit of eating at home. And then you have 100% control of the quality of the food. That's another benefit of eating at home. And that's why I need to learn how to make some Nigerian food because I've been craving some okra soup, some egusi soup. Uh, I fell in love with the what is it called, Chibuchi? Alfang or Fang. It's like a green vegetable soup. Alfang soup. So good. It's all vegetable. You can add a meat, but even just eating it all vegetable is the bomb. Abuja has a lot of nice restaurants that are inside and nice. It's not too expensive. Okay. I know. Nigeria has nice things too. Don't get me wrong. But we ate at a lot of side road, like mom and pop shops too. We didn't patronize too many. And even the we didn't patronize too many commercial restaurants. We even stayed at a European hotel in Abuja. It was nice. The lift was super small, but it was nice. Like when I go to Nigeria, I want to patronize the hardworking mamas, the small businesses because they truly need it. Those commercial places probably got money or got some type of real business going on. And thankfully, I never got sick from the roadside foods. I don't know. I just like local. If I'm going to be somewhere, I want to try the local foods. Not saying that the big nice restaurants aren't local, but I feel like the big nice restaurants are managed by people who have money compared to the street vendor or the roadside restaurant. I just like to try the local stuff and support those people because they need business too. Now you gonna be eating outside and you gonna have flies around you, but the food be on point and it's still nourishment for our bodies. Alfang soup. Am I saying it right? Alfang, New Yorkers, Farm City, Central Park. Okay, those are the name of the restaurants. I can't speak for other cities, just Abuja. You big city Abuja, huh? The federal capital of Nigeria. I love it. You know what? We did have a great night out in Abuja. We went to the whiskey. It was called the Whiskey Tavern. I don't know. It was really nice. They had performers dancing, walking around dancing, putting on a show for you. They had the sexy girls, the stripper like girls, putting on acts. They had the music. They had the VIP session. They had the bottle service. It was just really good vibes. I was like, okay, Nigeria. Tyler, you gotta come. You gotta visit other cities next when you come next time. Period. We all gotta go to Legos. Let's meet up in Legos, y'all. I feel like Legos is like I guess like the Miami of Nigeria because it's definitely off the Atlantic Ocean. It's just the big party city of Nigeria. But I'm low key afraid to go because Chibuchi don't know anybody there. I definitely don't know anybody there. I heard of good stories. I heard of bad stories. Will you take some few bucks to be your okay? Will take some few bucks to be your tour guide. All right, G, you better get to the bag. I love it. I feel like you can make your house in Nigeria comfortable if you're willing to spend a few thousand on good solar panels. True. Right, because when I built my house in Nigeria, I'm gonna need some AC for sure. Because Nigeria is so hot. I don't know how they do it. Okay. I'm going to Benue Marcudi. It's like you going out there in the woods. Let's look that up. Let's take a little side quick mission. Let's go on a side quest. Let me look it up. Now, what does this man say he going at? He is going to Benue, Beninu, Benue, Benue Marcudi. Okay, it's a city in Nigeria. Let me show y'all. Share screen. Remove. He's going here. It's the capital of Benue State in Nigeria, located along the Benue River. It serves as a major agricultural, trade center, and educational hub, notably hosting the Benue State University and Federal University of Agriculture. Okay, let me see. I need a map. I need to see where it's at. Tyler just exploring Nigeria. You definitely have some Nigerian roots. Tyler, you got to come on the live one night and tell us about your Nigerian experiences. I think that'll be cool. Okay, so it's right there. Why are you going there? Is it? I need a better map. This map is too basic. Uh-oh. I got too many windows open. Things are trying to crash. Don't you crash on me. Do not crash. Don't be a crash dummy. Exit out of that. Pause. I can't stand it. Google's so nosy. So our ChibuchiHHG@gmail.com address is in what's the language y'all speak, Chi? Not Pigeon. What's the official language? But it is putting all my tabs in the Nigerian language. All right, here's a map. Okay. I do want to say I am getting better with StreamYard. Mm, that's not a good map either. What's going on? I'm trying to see what Tyler going at. Tyler, you're not afraid traveling out with them? Have you had like any bad experiences? Knock on wood. We don't run this that kind of locked in the house when we go. Seeks urgent development by partners. Let me look at this and then I'm done. See, like when you do this, you can really deep dive. I want to look into this article and I want to share with y'all too. So I want to stop this. All right, so this is where he's going. Bennu FG seeks urgent development by partners to tackle humanitarian crisis. Could y'all imagine living in a tent like this? Like, I know people do it in any country you're at, no matter what. But that's one hell of a picture. Women carry out sanitation at camp in North Bank, Markudi, the Benue state capital. Wow, this is in 2023. The Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Dr. Betta Edu, interacts with a resident of the Ichiwa IDP camp in North Bank, Markudi, Benue State, during her visit to the camp. What type of camp is this? Look at all those people. That's literally a camp out. So is this city heavily undeveloped? The federal government on Thursday appealed to develop partners and multinationals to urgently develop their services to Benue State to tackle the issue of shelter for displaced individuals, as the burden was too much to be shouldered by the government alone. Okay, so they're allowing others to come on and homelessness in Benue City or state. The appeal was made by the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Property, da da da. When she visited the camp, Dr. Edu said that the situation she met on the ground is unacceptable and requires an immediate, concerted effort to redeem. A statement issued by her spokesman. Okay? I feel so heavy in my heart, and I have sleepless nights about what I have seen here until we find solutions. A household of six living in a small shanty that can't even accommodate the width of my arm. Damn, six people living in a tent made of tarp when it rains. Mother and children are out there in the rain. Lord have mercy. We are here to build low cost homes, two sites at the same time. So maybe like a duplex for the displacement persons. It should be a matter of emergency for all agencies, all stakeholders, and humanitarian responses to urgently deploy the Benue to help remedy the situation because the condition I see here is unacceptable, she said. Speaking further, the minister said the federal government of Nigeria requests as a matter of urgency for all international partners, donors, agency, including the UN, indeed everyone. Am I not showing this? Oh man, I'm not showing y'all. So sorry. This is what I'm looking at. So I'm talking about the state that Tyler's going to. Apparently, they have a crisis occurring, a homeless crisis. People are living in tents. Let me show y'all the tent. So I was just reading an article. Look at the tent. This is called the camp, the North Bank camp in that city that he's going to. People are living six people deep in one tent. So this lady right here, which is the minister of humanitarian, sorry, human, damn it, I can't even fucking say it now. This lady, Dr. Betta, okay, her right there, the pretty lady right there. She went there and she's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Now she's having sleepless nights. And she declared it a state of emergency. And she's calling on everybody, the UN, any international sponsors. She bring all your dollars and let's build these houses for these people because the government can't do it by themselves. Look at all those people out there living in this. She describes this as unacceptable. What happened? So she did a whole 2-day visit. The governor was optimistic about the next visit of the minister to Benue State, would be to commission some of the humanitarian projects of the federal government and the state. High points of the minister's visit include donation of relief materials, compromising food, non-food items. Wow, look at that lady. I mean, skin is gorgeous, but damn, lack of shelter contributes to the multi-dimensional poverty faced by 133 million Nigerians. Lord have mercy. Look at our Nigerian children, y'all. The lack of shelter also puts children at risk and often means they are out of school. The Nigerian government says this is a priority area in its renewed hope agenda. Now, when was this article? This was November 2023. It's going on 3 years since this occurred. What's going on? What's the update? But we're not going to dive in that. Just learning something new. Okay. I was talking USD. Let's see. Benway. Okay, that's how you say it, Benway. We were in Central Park a night before Mrs. Chibuchi's birthday. Okay, that's where we were at. I remember that place was cool. The place where we had a bunch of white people around the Christmas decorations. I remember that. I had AC the whole time. My body don't like heat. Mine don't either. But I live in it. Pronounced as Benway. Okay. Thank you for that correction. Millions, not thousands. A good solar panel for AC, light, TV is about 2 million naira or more. Okay. I was talking about USD. So she could get a better understanding. I use USD. I definitely understand you guys. Yeah, that's how I teach her to understand more. The rate of USD is always on the app. I feel like Google search engines would have been better. Benway ain't that safe. Please be careful out there. Okay. There's a lot of poverty apparently. I know I'm going with 4 friends. Period. That's good. They are bodybuilders. No one will bother us. Period. Okay then. My curdy. You are so Nigerian. I love it. I love it. Okay. Yes, definitely be safe traveling to those rural parts of Nigeria. People are homeless, hungry, and desperate. Mm. Let's get back on track for the topic tonight, which is understanding the Nigerian U.S. immigration process. So the I-130 process is for married people. The I-129F is for fiance visa. Apparently, right now, the fiance visa stuff is definitely moving faster than the spousal immigration process. That's where we at. Thanks to the presidential proclamation 10998. I don't learn those numbers because those numbers are actually significant to me beyond immigration, which is pretty. I hate to see people homeless. I really do. But I'm gonna stay the course and let's talk about. I think we're done with this tab. So I was showing y'all the whole timeline for this person. They shared their timeline, giving inspiration to people like, look, this is our process. Their process is working for them. And kudos to them. I'm happy for people that's making progress, making way. I hope whenever they meet up in the States, they actually do get married and continue to live happily ever after. But if you're doing the I-130 process, the spousal visa, like Chibuchi and I, we have a wait. Now, I had to educate myself because, as you see, it's a lot of abbreviations up here. My father Legos, Lakey, at the rainy season. You even know about the rainy season. Super Nigerian. I love it. I want to go to Lagos one day. But in the back of my mind, I think about Michael. I think he's at the immigration. No, he's at the Nigerian visa office in Atlanta. And he told me a bad story. I don't even want to repeat it. And he's like, I'm never going back to Nigeria. And he's full-blooded Nigerian. I was like, I feel you. Once you get a taste of something better, you don't want to let it go. I wouldn't. If I was an immigrant and I wanted to go somewhere else for the betterment of my life, my future, I would. I would appreciate it and stay where I'm at. Cancel. Oh, I think I exit out my tab. I'm so annoying. Let's get back to it. Why? Why must you do this to me? Why are you doing this to me? I was just... There we go. Trade my energy. It's after 12 o'clock. Let me check one little thingy. So if y'all don't know, I have an eBay shop, right? And my eBay shop allows me to list 250 items for free per month. But now we are in July. Happy July. Okay, now I want me to sign in. Come on, keep me signed in. Don't unsign me out. And I want to see if my 250 items have renewed. I hope not. Okay, it hasn't. So Chibuchi, today, July 1st, we got to list 95 items. I want to take advantage of all the free listing that I can do. Here. All right, that's what I wanted to see. Okay, now back to the whole immigration process. And don't quote me, I'm no professional on immigration. I'm no lawyer. I am a spouse. I am an American citizen married to a Nigerian spouse, and we are working the process. When we applied for our paperwork, we didn't have no lawyer. We did it ourselves. We proofread, we double check, we triple check, we quadruple check, we check multiple times. And then we submitted our paperwork. And they received it, and I hope everything goes well and nothing comes back. Oh, you're missing this. So yeah, those keywords, those abbreviations, people use those abbreviations a lot, and it kills me when they do that because I'm like, what are you saying? It's like a foreign language. So some of the stuff, the abbreviations that people use, I'm gonna share those. Because if you in this process, you have to familiarize yourself with the terms. The police is aggravating, yes, and the story I wanted to tell was about the police, whether they real or fake, but they aggravate and They scamish, they everything, and I hate it. I really hate it. People think the police in America are bad. The police in Nigeria are straight savages, and they don't care. They really don't. They all about that money, and I understand you don't get paid well, but don't take from me. Like, I'm willing to help, but don't just scam me. And they still do it. They do it at Chibuchi, even when I'm not there. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. I like my peaches down in Georgia. Mm-mm-mm-mm. So yeah, I definitely agree. The police out there are just straight savages. It's very aggravating. They always want money, 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 money. They want to check your paperwork. They want to say, "Oh, your paperwork's not right." They're just full of shit. They really are. Just ask me for money. Don't go all around about trying to act like we not legit. We said they pull us out the car several times, but when they heard my accent, they didn't even search me, just my friends. That's that BS. Same thing with Chibuchi and I. And I had to cuss them out the first time it happened. Sure did. I don't have time for these fucking games y'all playing. You know what phone that they went through my stuff. They thought my GoPro was something that it wasn't. It's just dehumanizing. All over some money. Nigga, just ask for some cash. Don't try to give me a bad record, ruin my experience. They try to give Chibuchi a bad record. They try to put you in fear. Like, we're not inferior people. If you need money, just say that. But the way they do it is just devilish. I use my ghetto accent and I always say, I ain't got no money. That part. That's all they want. All they want is money. Or sometimes I pretend I don't understand their accent and they just let us go. That's a blessing. Because them niggas is something else. The times that we've been stopped, they actually carried, the first time it was Chibuchi and I, they carried us off to the police station. The second time, they took Chibuchi and they left me on the side of the street. And then, like, the next few times, it was just Chibuchi by itself. The last time, Chibuchi got beat up. I mean, bad. Got beat up. Got beat down. So, yes, please be safe. Trust the people you with. All right, let's keep going. God damn it. Hold on. I'm not feeling this angle. I'm going to get my stuff together one day. Oh, Lord. All right. Baby, where we going? Don't act like you got a weak spine. Act right. Damn. Got one job. Hold up the phone. Ooh. But yeah, they'll try to ruin your spirit out there all over some money. Make you ready to go home when it happens. Yeah, they beat them up because they wanted they it was at night too. Luckily some good Samaritans helped them out. They wanted money from him. That's it. They wanted him to go. He was resistant. So since he was fighting bad, they just beat him up and they took his phone. If you show it works, okay, it's a good tip. They beat him up for what? Yeah. Because he wouldn't get in the van with him. It was like, what, 5 police officers? And then you don't even know if these people are truly police officers. They just pull up, unmarked vehicle, all black, guns, just some real bandit hood stuff. His wounds are like almost officially, I can't even say they're officially healed. They let, like, the bruises end up healing into scabs. So stressful. And I remember that night, I'm hitting him. I'm like, what's going on? They done took his phone and everything. Bad, bad people. Oh no. Okay, thank you for letting me know. Let me try to figure this out. What's happening? Right here by the Wi-Fi. No, didn't get the phone back. Did not get the phone back. I need my internet to be plugged in. That's what I'm gonna do after this live. I'm gonna get the cord, plug it from the Wi-Fi box to the computer. And that's key right there. No, he didn't get his phone back. I don't want nowhere in Nigeria. Exactly. All of these situations, the first situations though, we was in a Keke Pepe, literally got to a security stopping point and was accused. And this officer, he was like dressed in regular clothes and he hopped in the Keke Pepe and he forced the driver to drive to the police station. So we were taking public transportation the first time. All the other times we were walking. That's a good point. Do not walk in Nigeria. I want to make a video about that. Do not walk in Nigeria. That's the problem. No, they go steal the iPhone at that. Stole the iPhone. Chibuchi might need to body build, and I bet he won't fight them. I bet he won't fight them then. Yeah, he had to fight for his life that night. The first time it happened, it was in Abuja. Then all the other times, the time I got left on the side of the street, that was in Owerri. This last time, I think it was in PH, Port Harcourt. So no matter where you go, they all on the same time. You know? So Abuja, Port Harcourt, we were out there. It wasn't village in Abuja. It was like on the outskirts, though. It was in the outskirts. And we're in a busy area. They don't care what they do at, where they attack you at. They just attack. That too. And I thought I was going to dress up like a Muslim when I went over there, but I never did. If you look clean, not dusty, they will stress you out. You look like you got something, they go try to squeeze it out of you. Luckily, I didn't have any bad experience like that with the police. Yeah, you blessed. Knock on wood. They usually are nice to me. Like even the big Nigerian YouTuber Teo, he has stories about being extorted from Nigerian police. The dude from immigration in Atlanta, the visa office in Atlanta. He had the story about being hijacked, forced to go to the ATM and clear his whole bank account. I've seen stories where I'm just like looking up. I don't know what I was looking up, but it was a YouTube video about Nigerians who migrated to the UK. And one of the men, his testimony was like, he's not going back to Nigeria until they fix the corrupt police. And that was his story. You know, he was tired of being extorted, taken advantage of by the police officers. And all they do is gotta pay the people, and then we ain't gotta worry about all this corruption. So when I see a US police officer, I'm like, I think of safety. I don't really think of danger when I see the police. Now, do I like police? No, not at all. But a lot of my biker friends are policemen. A lot. And they're cool. You know. But a Nigerian policeman compared to an American policeman, day and night. Day and night. They really seem to be nice only if you are a foreigner. If you are Nigerian, they are the devil. Yep. And I explained their whole plot in one of my videos. But in all of those situations, the two I've been in with Chibuchi, they didn't bother me. I don't see them messing with women too much. I have seen a story where they did try to harm a lady, but they don't mess with women and children too much. They go for a young looking Nigerian man. They don't mess with the older Nigerian man either. But if you a young Nigerian male, you're a target. And their whole play is they think they're so smart. But the first time it happened in Abuja, I was told to sit outside a police office, and I'm sitting right across. The door is wide open. You know, it's dark inside there, no electricity flowing. But I'm outside and I'm observing the whole surrounding of what's going on. It's people outside, it's people coming to see about their loved ones, their family member. So when we got picked up in the Keke Pepe hijacked, okay, it is what it is, because we were taking the Keke Pepe back to our hotel. We got to a security stop, officer with a gun in the road, and then another officer with no uniform starts to question Chibuchi. And then he says, "You know him?" And I try to act like I don't know what the heck going on, because Chibuchi is my spokesman. He gets in the front seat. I think I have footage of this. He gets in the front seat of the KK Pepe with the driver and forces the driver to go to the police station. We get there, and this is what I observed. All the guys in the police station are young Nigerians. They're like young, early 20s, mid 20s. And they are accusing these young men of doing a crime in the area. They claim they have CCTV, but if you're in an area, you know there's no CCTV. And what they are doing is give us money or we're going to put you in jail for real. And of course, these young men don't have a bunch of money that they're asking. So they are, what are you going to do? What's the first thing you do when you're in trouble? You call your mama. You call your people. Most likely, you're going to call a female. And that's what most of them were doing. They were calling their people. Their people were coming there. I saw some women outside being very emotional. They're trying to figure out, you know, how much money they all can come up with to get their boy up out of trouble, their son, their whoever it is. So they prey on young Nigerians so young Nigerians can reach out to their family to get the money in order to get out of trouble. Very strategic. It's a very smart play, but it's just devilish. So in essence, they aren't attacking the women, but they are abusing the women because they know those young men are going to reach out to the woman in their life for support to get them out of trouble. And it makes sense. And that's exactly how it went. I may have saw one guy get released. I guess he came up with the money. And then I saw no, that was the second time in Oweri when they took Chibuchi and left me on the street. They forced Chibuchi, like I saw with my own eyes, they forced him in the van. Two of them hopped out with guns and they forced him in the van. And Chibuchi said it was other young men in the back seat, and one of them was crying. Yep. So they know who to prey on. They're predators. Did they bother you? They never bother me in a situation. The first time I cussed at them, and then I was told to go sit outside. And then they come out there messing with me still, because I said something like, I ain't got time for y'all fucking games. So it wasn't a cuss out, but I did curse. So I said that I got sent to go sit outside. And then one of the men come out there and he's like, he mocks what I said. He said, oh, you don't have fucking time for this shit. You damn right. That's what I said, Negro. But I didn't respond. No, I don't have time for this fucking shit, nigga. The fuck? I came here on vacation, not to play these mind games with y'all, not to be extorted. Yeah. So after I told them I ain't got time for this fucking shit y'all got going on, they set me outside. Because what? Stop playing with me. That was an Abuja. I don't know. I'm gonna have to ask Chibuchi. Let me ask him. I'm gonna text him right now and ask him. When we were hijacked and forced to go to the police station in Abuja. That was my first trip to Nigeria. Where were we? We were like on the outskirts. And we were almost to our hotel. And I remember, like, once we got released, Chibuchi paid them some money. We got released. We took a motorcycle back to the hotel. And Chibuchi just cried. It was just so dehumanizing. It was I couldn't believe it was happening. It was something that you like see on YouTube. Something you see in a movie. Something you'd be like, dang. But then to really experience it is really mind-boggling. Each and every time they did it, it hurts. It's like you being attacked. They heard your, oh yeah, once I got the cussing, yeah, they heard the accent. They heard the accent. Yep, they knew I wasn't American. I wasn't Nigerian at that point. Because when I first went there, me and Chibuchi had a plan for me not to do the talking. Like, don't be doing too much talking. Because people prey on that. Same thing when I went to China. That's what my Chinese friend told us. 3 of us were American. Our friend was Chinese, our colleague. And he said, let me do the talking because they go try to up the price on something if they hear that you're American. That's it. It's a golden ticket. That part. Yes. Yeah. But they, like I said, they don't really mess with women. I couldn't believe they left me on the side of the street that day. Luckily Chibuchi was like, go to the fire station. That was the name. It wasn't like a fire station how we have fire stations. I think that's what the name of the police department was called. Fire station. That was in Oweri. I was like, where is that? You can't just, I think you can pull up maps and look up stuff. But still, I'm like, where is that? But luckily, some good Samaritans, shout out to the good Samaritans of the world, they was riding by and they saw the situation. And I just started walking a little bit and they stopped. And as I was passing them, it was like, are you okay? You need a ride? I was like, yeah, where's the fire station? It was two young Nigerian men. They drove me up there. They drove me to where Chibuchi. It was like, all right, we know what you're talking about. They drove me to the fire station, which was a police department. And I walked through it, and then Cuba, that's exactly where we were at. And I'm just walking through the police station, and there's no electricity and everything all dark. I'm peeking through doors. There's some people in some rooms. I don't know, but I quickly made my way back to the gate, the front of the police station, and I was talking to one person, and I really didn't trust him, but I had to tell somebody what had just happened, and he was like, okay, he was listening. He was trying to help me out. And Chibuchi's so smart. He kind of finessed his way out of that situation, and then he got back to me. He met me at the fire station, like where he told me to go. Now, the time we got extorted in Abuja, we were here. Cuba. Y'all must have been somewhere far from. Yeah, we were. Yep, Cuba. Cuba is ghetto. Oh my gosh. They always say, what accent be this? And I say, oh no, that's right. I thought about that the time I was just there. I'm like, I'm using my Donald Trump card. Because Nigerians, they love Donald Trump. Anyway. You are funny. Exactly. But this last time I didn't really go outside. They always say what accent did. That's funny. They always say what accent be this, and I say Donna Trump. That part. Yeah, we were in Cuba the first time we got extorted. And you say Cuba is the ghetto. Child, our hotel was there. And that's the first time I went to Nigeria. Yeah, hotel was out there. Of course, I didn't know where I was going. It did take a little while to get there from the Abuja airport. Cuba. Listen, I'm gonna get my Nigerian's dialect accent right soon. But is it tripping? Stop tripping on me. The ride from the Abuja airport to Cuba was crazy. It was so surreal. I was like, this is it? I think I have footage. Oh my God. I'm gonna have to make that a whole nother live. I know I have footage of it. We had to exchange some money, and we went to some street dudes who had cash. They took our USD and gave us Naira. It was so surreal. We had rode through the party district of Abuja. I just couldn't believe it. It was like a big ass hangout full of young black people, clubs on both sides of the street, the bowling alley, which we end up going while we were in Abuja. It was so surreal. My first night in Abuja. I was like, wow, this is it. This is the motherland. But the fascinating part was the money exchange. It was at night on a dark road with some young niggas. I was like, this is how you exchange money? It was a POS, but I just never saw that. We go to an ATM machine. The ATM machine has a camera looking right at you. But the exchange of money, just that whole ride was It was very surreal. I thought I was in a movie. I know Kubwa. My friends told me it was dangerous and they rob out there. That's exactly what happened. They got us. They got us. This was the so-called police. But no matter where we've been at, we've been in trouble. But also we also have met good people in Nigeria. So it ain't all bad. If they had a stable economy, they wouldn't have to do all that extorting and taking advantage of people. But they don't. It's either you rich or you poor. Like those are the only two levels out there in Nigeria. You rich or you poor. Like we saw the G wagons, we saw the Bentley trucks, we saw the nice stuff when we went out and party in Owerri. We saw the flashy outfits, the pretty makeup on the face. We saw that good side. But then also you got the poverty, you got the extortion, you got the corrupted police. What was y'all doing? Our hotel was out there. And that day, it was such a good day because we mind you, our first trip we did like that was just our first hotel. It was in Kubwa. Like Chibuchi had booked it, he paid for it and everything. So, I'm gonna let my man do what he do. But also on that first trip to Nigeria, we flew out to Port Harcourt. We stayed in the hotel there. And then when we got back to, we did like 4 hotels that time. No, okay. We did the hotel in Kubwa. We got up out of there and we did some European hotel up there in the touristy area, the central area of Abuja. And then we did Glass House Hotel, which was really nice. We should have just stayed at Glass House. Glass House Hotel in Abuja was nice. And then we did a hotel in PH. We love that hotel. We always go to that one. And that one's black owned. So yeah, we did a lot of hopping around in Abuja. But yeah, that damn Kubwa, never again. I don't want to go. Don't want to go. But Chibuchi picked that. But yeah, that day we had got stopped and extorted and all that good stuff. We had went to the gym. We had a good workout. On the way from leaving the gym, we stopped and got some fresh fruit. And mind you, at the police station, I'm sitting there with a big watermelon and maybe like a pineapple. We just had a good day. We worked out on the way back, and we was from A to B. We wasn't out there wilding and being loud on our phones. We were staying alert. Like we understood the danger. And this is broad daylight. People all around. They don't care how they do it and what they do. LOL, y'all always hanging out in the hood. That's why. Probably so. I feel like all of it's hood or village. I think of it as like village. Like I don't stay too far from. Okay, yeah, they got some nice homes out there in, was it Woozy? Yeah, we looked into that area. Woosay. I don't stray too far. Oh, you don't stray too far. Okay. Yeah, you gotta stay where the tourists be, where the corrupted people know not to come. I've seen a European man fuss at Nigerian workers inside of ShopRite in Abuja. I was like, wow, oh, he nasty. But he was shouting at them. Is that why you're shouting? Ooh da. Mm-mm. Yeah, I was like, damn. Y'all still enslaved around here? Because ain't no way no European yelling at me in my country. But he sure did. He sure did. It was at ShopRite in Abuja. And in that same day, that same ShopRite, I saw three. I don't know. When you got white skin, I call you European. I don't know what they were. But three white girls were just in there, just having a good old time shopping. Like, they wasn't in fear and danger or anything. But that's a whole nother conversation. I'm not going to get in there. Nigerians love white people. I don't know why. You pronounce everything wrong. Bye, Tyler. That's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Wu say? I never heard it pronounced Wu say. I thought it was Wu see. Maybe your people teaching you wrong. But I guess I know what you're trying to say, and you do. You absolutely do. Yeah, we traveled through Wu say, but we did not stay in Wu say. But I definitely saw they had some very nice what do you call that? There's some very nice homes in that area. Listen, it's only getting better. It's only getting better. It's only getting better. It's only getting better. We will only stay in nice areas moving forward. I found out they love white people my first time, yeah. Everybody loved the Europeans for some reason. I guess because the main depiction of Jesus is white. Shit, they even do white Santa Claus. I can't stand it. I cannot stand it. And then they say Xmas. Because I went in December because that's my birthday time. And of course, Christmas decoration was everywhere. And Merry Xmas. I can't stand hearing Xmas. Xmas, yeah, is I get it. It's shorthand writing for Christmas, right? But when you use the X, you are Xing out the Christ in Christmas, which people have truly done anyway, because it's all about getting and receiving gifts. But they'll have this big garland spelled out Xmas with a big X. I'm like, oh my gosh, Nigeria, please grow up. This is 2026. They was catering to white people from the time I was at the airport. And them white people be cussing their dumb asses out too. I don't know why. Letting them skip the line. That shit great. I've seen it too. I saw that it was like a white couple. Who knows where they come from? But they were ushered to the top of the line once they got to the immigration gate, the customs. They were ushered. They had the red carpet roll out for them. I was like, wow. That's how y'all get down. If you only go to nice areas, it will save you stress. True. Growing pains. But you know what? I'm glad we went through that because now it's gonna be level up. It's already level up season. We're not settling for the ghettos no more. which it gave me some good experience. I definitely appreciate that. I really was able to tap into local Nigerian way of life. We even visit his sister and her husband and her kids there in the true village. I'm talking about true village. And that was a good experience too. I really like to see the local way of life when I go to countries. I'm talking about cooking on the fire on the sidewalk. Yeah. Washing clothes in the bucket. I told them Black Americans don't care for them too much. And they don't care about us. The Nigerians don't care for Black Americans. They call all Americans with the black white people. I had cussed one of them out for that. Okay, so they were, even though you're Black American, they called you white people. They call all Americans with the white people. They're so stupid. Well, I had a little kid said that was a little girl. What was her name? When we fed the three brothers and their family, Divine, the oldest sister, her name was Divine. And I remember meeting her for the first time, and she said, "You're American." So they think of all of us as American, which we are. We're all American. But I never heard them call Black people white people. They definitely say American. They call all of us American, which is accurate. I was like, oh, hell no. When they let the white people skip the line, then they heard my accent. You are so funny. They let you come too. You are hilarious. Somebody they let you come too. They so phony because all they want is money. Did they ask you for money at the airport? They be begging. And then when I left the last time in May, I didn't have any cash on me. I mean, from the security on to the getting the bags checked right before I walked the tunnel to get on the plane, everybody was begging. And the girls who did the last little check, that check was so unnecessary, but they were asking for money. I was like, I ain't got nothing. I was trying to give them coins, and then their boss came out. She said, oh, that girl, our boss. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I said, you sure? She was like, no, don't worry about it. It was like they were afraid because they saw their boss. So they know they're not supposed to be doing that, but they do it. And I get it. You gotta, but y'all got a job and y'all still begging. I see if you was on the street begging, you at work and still begging, but never too much money. Never too much money. I don't care for this though. I'm gonna have to figure out another way. Pause, y'all. Yeah. See, Tyler, you got me here talking about the Nigerian experience, which is cool. We do talk about that too on the ChibuchiHHG channel. So thank y'all for being here. Y'all make sure y'all like the live, hit the thumbs up button, and hit the like button. Like the live. Thank you. All right, we back. Had to go all black for the black people. Okay. It's too much. Thank y'all for working with me. I don't know where I want to be at right now. But we go figure it out. Let me finish drinking my coffee. Mm-hmm. Oh, you there. iPad, get out the way. Where is my vape? Chibuchi. Oh, you know what? It is early. What time is it in Nigeria right now? It is 5:35 a.m. 5:25 a.m. Wakey, wakey. Sheesh. Bear with me. I need to pull my phone stand up just a little higher. Oh! You bitch. Get up. Okay. Okay, now that's probably too high, but that'll work. Will it? Okay. I gotta stop messing with it. I'm just not happy with that. Oh, yeah. Okay, 6. All right. Oh my gosh. I done turned story of my life, searching for the right. Please come back on. I done hit the power button on the desktop. Please don't be turned off. Okay, we back. Okay. Moving forward, I am going to plug my Wi-Fi connection inside the computer. I'm going to stop moving. And I'm going to stop touching the button to turn off the freaking computer. But yeah, 6:25. Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, America. It is July 1st, 2026. Thank y'all for being here. So are y'all celebrating July 4th or did y'all celebrate Juneteenth? That's for my black people. What did y'all celebrate? What are you going to celebrate? I did celebrate Juneteenth. I did get invited for an outing for July 4th. I am going to attend that, but I'm not like spending money on this day. I'm not going crazy for July 4th. I never do, anyways. Ugh. Mm. Yeah, we got to get back to the there we go. All right. Yeah, Nigeria is 5 hours. Oh, on the East Coast though. So on the West Coast, they are technically 8 hours. Yeah, but we East Coast. We on the East side. East side. It's a E when you go like this. It's a West when you go like this. Yep. Okay. So I'm talking about the immigration process. We kind of derailed and was talking about our Nigerian experience in Abuja, Owerri, and Port Harcourt. But yeah, when you're around the right people, you in the safe areas, Nigeria is a blast. I definitely had a good time. So shout out to Nigeria. No Nigeria slander over here. No Nigeria hate. We love Nigeria. We are Nigerians. So I'm happy to be a part of the Nigerian culture for sure. Now what I do want to do is go into the timeline. And now I'm not liking the phone so high because now I gotta look up. I'm never gonna be happy. I'm gonna let it go. I'm still experimenting with the setup of going live on StreamYard and put my phone on the phone stand. I don't know if I want to look up. Then I don't want it to see too much of my background. But we all good. We good. Let's keep it going. Make sure y'all like the live. Please hit the like button. Thank you so much. And thank y'all for being here tonight. Happy July. Happy new month. I wish you all the blessings in the world this new month. Be safe. Be smart. It's a holiday this weekend, y'all. So be safe. If you ain't got to go out, don't go out. Watch the fireworks from outside. Go outside on the porch. Get you some ice cream. Be with your family. Just be somewhere safe. Don't be doing all that drinking and driving because they will be looking for drunk drivers and they will be giving you a DUI, driving under the influence. So don't drink and drive. Don't kill nobody. Don't hurt yourself. All right, that's my spiel for this holiday weekend. Just be safe. Because you know somebody gonna die. And I hope it's not me. I hope it's nobody else that I know. I hope it's nobody. Wouldn't it be great if we have a day of zero crime? But that's not reality. Zero deaths. Not reality. Okay, so I was talking about the I-130 process, which is the green card, the immigration process for your foreign spouse. So like Chibuchi comes to America. And I wanted to really go through the whole phases. So it's three main phases when it comes to migrating to the US. And those phases are coming up. Window. Okay, there we go. We're figuring it out slowly but surely. I live my peanut butter. Okay, that was that. Congratulations to them, though, for real. They're definitely making progress with their whole migration. Okay, I know what I need to do. One more second, y'all. Thank y'all for being patient. I'm doing all this click, 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 click. And now we are ready to share. Boom. So thank God for Google. You can Google just about anything and you'll find what you need. So if you see on my, oh, I guess I gotta post it on the screen, right? Mm. This is not touch screen like my laptop. I thought I was touching the screen, but I'm not. Okay, how do I zoom in? I can't. So the I-130 process. You have phase one, filing a petition. So that's where me and Chibuchi is at. We filed the petition. Those are the initial terms used when preparing and submitting your application. These are the initial terms. So the initial terms is the petitioner, the U.S. citizen, which is me, HHG, the beneficiary, which is Chibuchi, the foreign national family member who is seeking immigration, who is wanting to migrate to the U.S. So I'm the petitioner. Chibuchi is the beneficiary. And let me change my screen size. Yeah, period. That's better. I want to start that over because this is going to be used as a video. Plenty good, feelings I pause. Thank you, Jesus. It is 1:35 a.m. We still kicking it and rolling. Keep me rolling, Juice. I'm still here. You know, a girl has to be satisfied in life. If a girl is not satisfied in life, then that's a problem. Girls, be satisfied in life. Don't settle for less with yourself, with anyone. If you're not satisfied, then make yourself satisfied. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm making my own self satisfied. And I need to find my AirPods, my AirPod case. I have one AirPod sitting right here, but I don't know where the case is at. Okay, so I'm done with that phone holder. And I'm going to move to this phone holder, and I'll be back on camera in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey y'all, it's your girl HHG. You gotta make sure y'all like the live. And let's get into this whole breakdown of the immigration process. So you have 3 main phases. The first phase is preparation and filing. So I, the petitioner, I'm the U.S. citizen. I'm going to petition for my beneficiary, my husband, who's the beneficiary, to come to the States. So in order to do that, I'm going to file the I-130 form. And this is for my husband to become a U.S. citizen. This is the start of the process. This is the initial application you have to file. You file it. You can do it by yourself. They have instructions. Make sure you proofread, provide your evidence, and submit. Pay your fee and submit. Then you will receive a receipt from Homeland Security, I believe. They'll send you a piece of paper and they send that quick. Oh, we got your $600 in your application. Here's your reference number. So you'll get that. It says a supplemental information is required when the beneficiary is your spouse. And that form is the I-130A form. So Chibuchi have to fill out another form. It's pretty much the same information it was asking in the I-130 form. But you want to make sure you ask everything to your full ability. It's all about the beneficiary. It's all about the spouse, the foreign spouse, the foreigner to America. The foreigner to America. I hate this Wi-Fi right now. Priority date. So that's when they be abbreviating. They be like PD. I'm like, what is that? It means priority date. The date the USCIS receives your completed I-130 petition. This acts as the beneficiary's place in line for a visa, though immediate relatives of U.S. citizens do not need to wait. Okay. That's something. It's a lot of wordplay in here. Visa Bulletin, a U.S. Department of State resource that tracks when a specific priority date is considered current for family preference categories, such as adult children or siblings. Not quite sure what that is, to be honest. I just read it. Phase 2, USCIS, Processing and Adjudication. So even still here, they're abbreviating. So I'm going to go get a definition for USCIS. United States Citizenship and Immigration Service. So it's easier to say USCIS. So USCIS is United States Citizenship Immigration Services. Once USCIS receives your package, it goes through review. So now you're in the review phase. Form I-797, Notice of Action. That's when you'll see NOA. People abbreviate Notice of Action for NOA, also known as the Receipt Notification. USCIS sends this to confirm they received. Okay, that's what I was talking about. That notification that you're going to receive from Homeland Security is your notification, your notice of action. That's the first one you're going to get. So they're going to send that to you in mail saying, we receive your I-130 form. And they're going to provide you with a case number to track your progress. So I received that fairly quick. Okay, y'all. We are live, so this is real time. Excuse me, I had to get my sniffles out. So you're going to get your notice of action. Then you have your RFE, which is request for evidence, a letter from USCIS asking for missing or supplementary information about before they can approve the petition. I have not received that. I received my first notice of action, but I haven't received the RFE, request for evidence. I love how they're putting the whole meaning of these abbreviations right next to it. So FRE. I need to go check all this mail we have downstairs because maybe they are requesting. Hopefully they don't request anything. I feel like we uploaded plenty of information. It wasn't obsessive. We've been together for 3 years now, and all of our info is pretty concrete. It's right here on YouTube, so y'all make sure y'all like this and subscribe to the channel. We have already shared a lot about our long distance relationship and marriage, so make sure you subscribe and check it out. So we haven't reached this part. No request for evidence, and I feel like if you already gave them everything they need, maybe they won't request more. We'll see. Bona fide marriage. Evidence that a spousal relationship is legally valid and genuine. Demonstrate through shared finances, joint releases, or cohabitation proof. So, are you living together? Do you have the same bank account? Are you both on a lease? Now, I get why they do this part, but also I'm like, if he's in another country, I'm in America, it's most likely we won't have those things. Yeah, I go for long visits to see my husband, but my name is not on it. We don't have a shared bank account, which we will develop soon. I think we just need to go ahead and have it developed so we can start building that history. Just to appease this whole process and all the necessary steps to go through this process. So at least get a joint bank account. Excuse me. We could at least get a joint bank account just to have some proof of a bona fide marriage, even though we have plenty of proof. Approval notice, Form I-797 sent by USCIS to indicate the family relationship has been legally verified. So they want to verify, is this a bona fide marriage? Is this legit, or are y'all just doing this for paperwork? Because a lot of people do that. I know people in Miami that do that. I know people who have done that. Get it how you live, baby. So all that is phase 2. Phase 2 is about proving that your marriage is real and getting approved. Phase 3, the path to a green card. 2 different paths. After the I-130 is approved, the next step depends entirely on whether the beneficiary is already in the U.S. or living abroad. So Chibuchi is living abroad. Path A, if the beneficiary is abroad, counselor processing. NVC, National Visa Center, the Department of State agency that handles the case after USCIS approves the I-130. So you apply for your I-130, USCIS approves your I-130, and then you're transferred to the National Visa Center, who handles the case moving forward. The NVC, which is National Visa Center, collects fees, civil documents, and the affidavit of support. Affidavit of support. I feel like I did one of these before. I feel like I can't remember what it was for. Oh, because we applied for a visitor's visa while he was living in Turkey. Yeah. So the affidavit of support, financial documentation proving that the petitioner can support the immigrant above the poverty line so they will not become a public charge. Okay, so you don't want your spouse to come over here and have to sign up for food stamps, housing. America already have enough people who need those benefits. They don't need immigrants coming here and being a public charge, being a dependent on the government. That's what that's saying. DS-260, the online immigration visa application filed with the Department of State. Okay, so you're going to apply for the visa now. Counselor interview. This is the big interview everybody is always ready for, anxious for. An interview with a U.S. embassy or consul officer. If approved, the beneficiary receives an immigrant visa to enter the U.S. as a lawful permanent resident. Boom. That was path A. If the beneficiary is already is abroad, they're in their native country. Path B. So say Chibuchi is here. If the beneficiary is in the U.S., adjustment of status. So you already in the States, you just need to adjust your status because your green card has been approved. Form I-485, the application to adjust status. This is filed with the USCIS to obtain a green card while inside of the States. So you already inside the States, you just need to apply for your green card. Because if you were outside the States, you would do that whole process, the DS-260, then have your interview, and then get approved for a green card, and then come on, fly to the States. But if you're already in the States, you just need to adjust your status and apply for a green card with the I-485 form. Adjustment of status, or AOS, the process of transitioning from a temporary or out of status state to a lawful permanent resident, a green card holder from within the state. So you're already here. You just need to apply for that green card and adjust your status. And this right here, it makes it seem boom, 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 3 phases. And truly, it is that. But it doesn't move as quickly as you read it. Right now, Chibuchi and I, are in phase 2. I'm trying to figure out why the screen is not moving. Let's remove. That's me. Give me 1 second. Mm. Sorry. Keep adding the same thing. So, as of today, July 1st, 2026, Chibuchi and I are in phase 2. And we're at the point where we already submitted our I-130 form. We received a notice of action from Homeland Security saying, hey, we got your application. Here's your case number, your reference number. We're right there. We haven't hit phase 2 where they're like, oh, prove your marriage to us. So that's where we at right here. We are here. We are being patient. We just applied January 1st, 2026. And we just got to sit back and wait. We're not just sitting back and like rubbing our thumbs together. We always are brainstorming. We're trying to figure out which country we want to go and live together for some time. And just being together, because it's very hard being in a long distance relationship, now a long distance marriage. It's like when you get married, you jump that broom, you want to be sleeping in the same house under the same roof as your spouse. You want to start building your life, but it's really hard to do that when you both live in two different countries. So this is why we are going through the immigration process. We submitted the I-130 application. Now, if we would have known that Trump was coming in and putting a pause on immigration, we would have definitely did the K-1 visa. I wouldn't have got married to Chibuchi in Nigeria. Most likely would have just applied for the fiance visa, but hindsight is 2020. We didn't know Trump was coming with that on January 1st. Now, it was brewing because he was already after other foreigners who were in the US. Definitely like the Hispanic population. He was getting rid of everybody. ICE was everywhere. But we didn't know before then. So we got married April 2025. His ruling, his presidential proclamation 10998 was implemented on January 1st, 2026. But we're being hopeful. We grinding, we still communicating, we still love each other, and we are in it to win it. And this is the basic information of the Nigerian US immigration process. You got to get in line. So if you're thinking about, if you're married and you're thinking, oh, I want my husband to come to the States, I want my wife to come to the States, apply for your I-130. Just get in line. Fill out the application, submit the fee. Everything can be done online. You can do it yourself. If you're not comfortable doing it yourself, you can get a lawyer. Just do what you got to do. Because no matter what, you're going to still live through the time. I read a lot of stuff where people are becoming impatient. They're losing hope. Let me share. I do want to share that. I want to share some of the people's perspective. Great. My iPad died. I don't know where the charger's at. Yeah. Some folks are losing hope, but we're not. We are not losing hope. We stay in the course. Our time will come. Our time will definitely come. And it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be a celebration. Trust me, it's going to be a celebration, honey. We are going to celebrate. We're going to invite y'all to celebrate. We'll have the best cookout ever. We're going to be touring America. It's going to be a good time. In the meantime, we're going to still meet up. I'll probably go back to Nigeria soon. Tyler is just in and out of Nigeria. Like, it's our neighbor. Shout out to Tyler Harris. He doing his thing. He doing his thing. Where you say he going? Let me see. Let me see. I love you. Mm-mm. Here it go. Here it go. Here it go. Benway. Benue. Benway. Boom. Tyler said he going to Benway. I love it. You know, Nigeria is a cool place, but it's not a place that we want to get started at. Nigeria will always be home. We can always come back to Nigeria. But right now, we want to get things going somewhere where we both are comfortable. We both can be at peace and live our life. It's all about living life, for sure. I really think it's all about living life. Living life together. So that's what we at. ChibuchiHHG, y'all. And we definitely appreciate the support. We coming at y'all every single day of the week. Every day. So y'all make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and that you're checking our content. And when you watch something, make sure you hit the like button. You got to hit the like button. It really supports the YouTube algorithm. It helps us get pushed out there, shared to other people who are in long distance relationships. So it'll be great if you all could support us with just a like this live if you're here right now. And that's where we at. Life is good. We can't complain. Every day we wake up, it's a beautiful day. That's how we look at it. And thank God for a positive husband. Thank God for patience. You gotta have patience in this life. Because nothing comes right when you request it. That would be nice, you know? But that's not how it works. That is not how it works. Now, my next live, I'm definitely plugging in the Wi-Fi to the computer. I wanted to show y'all one more thing though. Let me log into my iCloud. Just going to my laptop. But I do want to look at a couple more things. Let's look at what the people are saying who are actually going through the Nigerian American immigration process. Hey, girlie, do you know Amadou? I love that skit. Oopsies. Now my laptop is touchscreen. I was trying to touch on the desktop, but nope. You gotta hit the I don't know what I was about to say. Cheers. Happy July. Okay, what's this? That ain't it. That ain't it. Come on. Thank God for screenshots. I done screenshotted everything. Okay. Here's what I want to share right here. Mm-mm. Copy. There we go. No. No. Hands up. Don't shoot. I'm so childish. Okay. All right. So I have what I wanted to share come to my email. I'm going to share with y'all. Stop it. I hate notifications. All right. Let's get to it. Okay, this is what I want to share right here. So it says, imagine after the review, Nigeria doesn't meet US benchmarks. I wonder how all of us will cope. Will we wait another 6 months or more? Isn't it better to just give up? So this person is, they are losing hope. They're becoming hopeless. I'm not quite sure what they're talking about when they say, imagine after the review, Nigeria doesn't meet US benchmark. So I did stroll through the comments, and it seems like people are getting some immigration issues mixed up because there is a lawsuit out there against the Trump administration, and it was ruled to be unlawful, but it is referring to adjustment of status. I believe Trump has paused that for immigrants who are in the States already. He paused that whole process of obtaining your green card, even if you are in the States, adjusting your status, even if you are in the States. So there was a lawsuit against the Trump administration for that, and it was redeemed illegal, unconstitutional. unconstitutional, and they will be having a review coming up soon to figure out how to move forward. So this person is mixing up that issue with the immigration pause. Immigration is you're not in the States already. You still wanting to come to the States. You want to migrate to the States. That is at a full pause due to the Presidential Proclamation 10998. So he's like, if Nigeria doesn't meet the standards, how will we cope? Will we have to wait another 6 months or more? Isn't it just better to give up? Then you have someone in the comments say, you have to pray for the best and also prepare for the worst. But you should also know that as long as Trump is still the president of the United States, chances of the man being lifted is 10%. He only cares about whites alone. Okay, they brought race into the situation. The person says, that's what I am saying. The other ban he placed before lasted 4 years till he came out of office. And see, we wasn't going through this that time. And I've seen people talk about that. Trump has did this ban before, and he didn't let up until he was out of office. Then someone says, you want to give up your marriage because of U.S. visa? Make it make sense, please. That part. You can't just give up because your spouse can't come to the States. Y'all gotta figure something else out. You have to. Don't let this whole immigration pause affect your marriage. And I know easier said than done, right? But what I mean is, don't give up because your person can't migrate to the States. And I wonder who is their anonymous participant. Is this the foreign spouse or is this the U.S. citizen? It's giving us the foreign spouse. It's like they are becoming doubtful that they will be able to migrate. But it's like, chill out, little man. Chill out. Don't whine about it. Don't cry about it. You're going to be able to come one day. Just sit back and be patient. Trump only has 3 more years left. I know, only 3, but time flies. But then also figure out an alternate route. Go be with your loved one. Go to another country and be together if you don't want to be together in Nigeria. It's just ways that you can do this. You don't have to be stuck sitting there waiting for the U.S. green card to come through. And that's how I feel about that situation. Don't just sit back and wait. You gotta stay ready. Chinese girl taught me that. You have to stay ready. Let me see. I have so many screenshots. Once you put something on the internet, you can't go back. That's one thing about the internet. The internet is very unforgiving. So if you don't want it to pop up again, don't post it on the internet. But yeah, in this long distance love, especially with the Nigerian spouse, you will have to put your big boy panties on, your big girl undies on, and be patient. Now let me see what else they've been talking about. In this group I'm in, you can see it right there on top. CR1, IR1, K1 Visa, Nigeria. This is for Nigerian and American spouses. Okay, I see something right here. Please, my DQ is April 2025 till now. I have not got interview letter. Anyone here experienced the same thing? Please, I'm worried. Okay. So this is April 2025. They applied in April 2025. Some March DQ are not yet to get. If you check your IB scheduling tool, you will see they are still attending to February 2025. See, and that's something I need to, let me see if I can screenshot. I'll come back to it. So apparently there's this IB scheduling tool, whatever that means. Let me look it up. What is the IB scheduling tool? So you can track which dates they are on, which month and year. So according to this person, they are currently working on applications that went out in February 2025. Mind you, we didn't apply till January 2026. So we got a little wait. And that's why I'm not really stressing it. Yeah, Trump came in with his pause on immigration, but that's okay. Because, baby, there's a will, then there's a way. And we working it out. And I'm going to share that process with you all, too. We're definitely working it out. We're not going to sit around and wait until we get a green card. We want to be together. We want to start living life and being with each other. You know, sleeping with each other. Being in the same household. Being able to hug. Being able to kiss. You know, all the little intimate stuff. All the things you do for your husband and for your wife. Okay, what is IB scheduling tool? The immigration visa IB scheduling tool is a public dashboard created by the U.S. Department to help green card applicants estimate their visa. Oh, okay, I think I've seen this. Their visa interview will be scheduled at the U.S. Embassy. Okay, how do I get to that? I'm gonna have to do that. Good day. I also DQ April 2025. Okay, so I think your documents up. You've been approved if you've been DQ'd. It looks like we may get our interview letter sometime in August of this year, based off the IB scheduling tool. Okay, August is next month. It's already July 1st. So they Gucci. My mother has successfully completed her interview, and she was told to reach out to them once the ban is lifted. I would appreciate if anyone could provide information regarding the benchmark. Thank you for your assistance. Best regards. I don't even know what to expect with this current administration. Sad, really. Hopefully, yes. Realistically, also, yes. Yes, the ban started January 1st, 2026. That's the proclamation 10998. It has been 180 days review to check if Nigeria will be removed or still remain on the ban list. They would announce this July, but I don't think the review will even happen given this current administration. Okay, so when he did this proclamation 10998, he has to review it in 180 days, which is what, 6 months? So that's coming up in July. But this person's saying, based off of the administration, the Trump administration, it may not even happen. And if you've been paying attention, I can see that being accurate because a lot of things are supposed to occur and then they don't. Welcome to America. Let me keep reading. Which situation you not go just they carry talk? I love when they speak their language. It's like patois, like how the Jamaicans speak. The current situation, being the Nigerian government still can't control the terrorists that they put in place. You know, the ones that kidnap an entire school of girls and educators, the ones that they don't even know if they're still alive or not, as if you didn't know the current situation here. The review will happen, but the ban will most likely not be lifted because of the current situation that so happen to act like you don't know about. Okay. She getting sassy in the comments. And if Nigeria was smart, I get what she's saying, because if they were smart, the government will get these people in control, satisfy Trump. And the situation is the terrorist groups in Nigeria attacking Christians. You know, even Nicki Minaj spoke out about that. And that's why Donald Trump threw Nigeria right on in the pile of the immigration pause. But Trump, you know, terrorist people aren't looking to migrate. And you never know, though. You never know someone's true intentions until they reveal themselves. So I understand putting a pause on dangerous countries because you don't know their true intentions. You don't want a spouse to bring you don't want a petitioner to bring their beneficiary to the States and they're part of a terrorist group. I definitely understand that. But I don't think those terrorist people are thinking that deep. Oh, let me get to the States and act a fool. But you never know. But we know people who do terrorist attacks in the States, they're usually European descent. I don't even know what to expect with this current administration. Okay, I read that. Let me read this next post. Tomorrow is the proposed 100. It sure is. July 1st. July 1st made it 180 days. Tomorrow is the proposed 180-day deadline for the review of the visa restriction placed on 39 countries, Nigeria included. Is anyone feeling optimistic? Okay, let's read some of these comments. There is no public announcement as of today citing the Proclamation 10998. I think the review is not going to happen or is going to be forgotten. The White House, DHS, and Department of State has not published anything yet about the travel restrictions on 39 countries. I don't think this review is happening, but I believe this review has to happen by law. I don't know. I mean, nobody truly knows. I feel like even though they're gonna be late, they have to do the review. What time? I thought you would have been asleep by now. Child, you know what I did? I drunk my energy drink too late. My Alani. I done drunk. I still got some in here. But you know what? This gives me time to research. Like I love coming live because this is real time, y'all. I'm in my bedroom. I'm in my space. I done took my shower, done did my skincare routine, looking a little homey, but please forgive me. It is 2:18 in the morning and I'm on my night job. So excuse me. I mean, I can only be me. Like I want to be comfortable. If I'm sitting up here and looking all professional, I'll be, oh, I'm ready to go to bed. But no, I'm still up. And what are you still doing up, Tyler? So I'm doing some research. So people are feeling pessimistic about if the 180-day review is going to happen. So remember the Presidential Proclamation 10998, which put a pause on immigration from 39 countries, including Nigeria. It went into effect January 1st, 2026. And today, July 1st, is the 180-day mark, and there should be a review. Will it happen? People aren't feeling optimistic about it. We hope the best in July. Okay, I'm hopeful. Yay! Let it rain down on us. Let Trump, Lord Jesus, we ask that you allow President Donald Trump and the Nigerian government to get on one accord and let my people go. Let my people migrate to the States. Let the good and the positive people migrate to the States, not the negative, not the terrorist people. Do your just, Jesus, and allow the gates to be open. Let people unite and be in holy matrimony with their spouse. Okay? And let Chibuchi and I application get pushed to the top of the list so we can go ahead and get our thing going too. Thank you. Amen. Okay, let's keep going. So we hope for the best in July. It's okay to be optimistic. I am also affected, but to be sincere, there's no reviews happening anytime soon. Oh, wow. In fact, they have gone to court to uphold the ban. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, prayer works. All we can do is pray. And that's what we just did. We prayed about it and we will let go and let God. God is the greatest, they say, as I expected. They have not gone to courts up. See, somebody will say something and somebody will negate something. You never know. That's why you got to do your own research. I haven't heard about, oh, Trump is going to court and say, I want to uphold this ban. I know the 180-day review is coming up, but I still want to uphold this ban. I haven't heard anything about that, but according to the comment section, they say that happened. And then here goes somebody say, that didn't happen. They have not gone to court to uphold the ban. They've gone to court because of the USCIS not processing cases for people in the US, not the ban itself. Okay. Get them. Yes. And the same reason for the ban is the reason why those in US are not being processed. Go and read the defense why US government is assisting on upholding the ban. Okay. So they're saying it's for those who are already here trying to adjust their status. But also they're fighting to keep that ban up as well. So they want to keep all the pauses that Trump implemented in place. According to what I'm reading. Not at all. When grace speaks, time obeys. We hope for the best. Okay. I want to be optimistic, someone says. Someone says, mercy shall speak for us. Amen. Somebody said, I'm praying. I just prayed. Somebody said, with the news about birthright, I believe the ban will be lifted. God is alive, guys. Amen. I love the positive energy. People are truly believing that the ban will be reviewed and lifted. I mean, it's best to be positive than be negative, to be honest. We don't know which way it's going to go, but you might as well sprinkle a little positivity on it instead of negativity. You might as well be positive. Someone says, my green card was approved on Saturday, June 27, 2026, although it's adjustment of status within the U.S. So this person's already in the U.S. and they're saying, my status was adjusted. And that's cool. Congratulations. So we know some people are still being processed and continuing their journey. Okay, God, please, amen. I just wish for everyone the best. We are in the same boat. Hopefully we hear something. Just curious if July 10th came and nothing happened. Does it mean they will never review? That's a good question. So can they just not do a review? I don't think they can legally do that. Someone says there will be another review in another 80 days. That's at the end of the year. Okay, this is what I was looking for. The review is mandated to take place within 180 days and subsequently 180 days afterwards. So every 6 months, it has to be a review. The review has taken place. The decision is not mandated to be announced within 180 days. There's an entire process behind review, recommendations, policy amendments, and provisions. The review is done, according to this person. The answer may be highlighted as in publicly announced as the travel ban was initially. Adjustments and amendments are often whispered. That's a good point, because when they laid out that proclamation, Presidential Proclamation 109/98, they did it on like December 31st, and it was implemented January 1st. So they're not out here letting us know, oh, we're having a meeting to review the Proclamation 109/98. No, they're having their meetings behind closed doors, and then wham bam, they're throwing the information out on the White House government site. So Mr. Trump said he getting things done. Hopefully he done got this review done, like this person just suggested. And I like that answer. Like, I feel like you can't just not do a review because whatever reason. If the review is required every 180 days, and you got to do your job, you got to do it. You don't have to let us know when you're going to do it or if you have already done it, but you got to do it, and you have to release some type of information. Someone says, grab a chair. The review is not happening. It's better to just come back in 2029. That's when Trump gets out of office. Sorry to inform you, the review has already happened. Whether any changes are made is what is being anticipated. There's an assumption that announcement of any changes comes within the 180 days, and that's not the case. Okay, so the review has to happen in 180 days, but you're not guaranteed an answer within 180 days, is what this person is saying. The mandate by law is to conduct the review within 180 days. So this person is saying it's the law to review a proclamation in 180 days. Not prescribe remedies and recommendations within 180 days. Okay. Decision comes after. And again, it's not the review that is the concern, it's the recommendations made or lack of there. Think of it like the NOIR, NOIR. One has 30 days to respond. But just because you respond in 30 days doesn't mean a decision is made immediately. Same concept. This is a process. I wish everyone well on their journey. I'm going to like her comment because she actually came with some facts, and it makes sense to me. Like, 180 days doesn't guarantee that we got to give you an answer. 180 days says we have to do a review. We have to do our job within 180 days. Do you think Nigeria will be removed? Somebody's asking this lady who's spilling all this artifacts. Then you still got people saying the proclamation will not be reviewed. People are praying. People are speaking grace. People are asking, how do you know that? Nobody, I don't know. I'm going to speak for myself. I'm not quite sure. And this is why I read these forums. I do my research. I'm going to actually Google Proclamation 109/98. Has it been reviewed? Let's do that. Let's do that together. I was reading on the 39 country pause has already been lifted partially, and the courts may put the pause back on the countries again. Ooh. So they did a partial lift, and then they said, oh, we're going to put it back on you. They cruel. They really don't want nobody in here. Y'all, we may have to pack our bags. Y'all, we may have to pack our bags and go to Nigeria or go to another country. We already got other countries in our minds, so we just gotta get that money on up. And we gone. We don't have to live only in the States. The good thing about me and my husband, we love travel. And traveling together is best. You got a spouse that loves to travel. You have your love with you. You got protection with you. You can't beat it. So I'm gonna Google this though, and I'm gonna share it on the screen. So give me a moment. Has proclamation. I wanna talk it. Can I talk it? Nope. Has presidential proclamation 10998 been reviewed? Question mark. I'm just going to Google. Okay, let me open it up so y'all can see. Strictly just asking Google, seeing what information is out there, who's responding to the information. Okay. You see what I put into Google. And it says, yes, Presidential Proclamation 10998, which suspended visa issuance for nationals from Pacific high-risk countries, has been actively reviewed and legally challenged. Okay, so it's been reviewed, but there's some challenges. Some pushback is what I understand. USCIS broad review and pauses. U.S. Citizenship Immigration, USCIS, conducted a comprehensive review of pending workloads and previous benefit applications. This resulted in a expanded policy requiring the review of certain already approved benefits and pausing. Wow. Okay. Federal court ruling. On June 5th, 2026, a federal district court vacated USCIS adjudication pause on applications submitted by persons from the designated countries, clearing the policy unlawful. But that's the adjustment of status. While the government is expected to appeal the decision, it is literally a nationwide halt. Okay. Department of State, the DOS, continued to restrict issuance while conducting its own reviews of screening, vetting, public charge. Let me go to this government site. Okay, this is from December last year. Let me go to this government site. Go to this site. Mm. There's just no updated information yet. Everything is from earlier this year or late last year. I can share this right here. Oh, you guys can see it. Oh, I love that. Okay. Good. I don't have to switch back and forth. Okay, so it says if your beneficiary falls under the presidential proclamation 10998, don't bother wasting your time or money. I'm mad they put it sideways. I'm noticing for you. Okay, the 212F form. I've been seeing that. It's like you're approved, but sit back and wait. Okay. So this is what it says, y'all. After a 13 month-long process, going above and beyond to meet all the required documents to avoid any type of hiccup in the process. My fiance was told she was ineligible at the review, not because we missed any documents, not because we presented a weak case, but simply because we were born in a certain country. We had already received an NOA 2 before this unjust authorization proclamation was declared. On top of that, they have the balls to say, please come again so we can say no to you again. Update. Here is the reply of the consult after requesting for a waiver on the decision. Dear visa applicant, thank you for your inquiry. Visa applications are adjudicated on a case-by-case basis according to the provisions of the Immigration INA. We reviewed and found that your application was refused a visa on March under the F1, the 212F. Okay. So they upset. They was like, don't even waste your time. Okay. I assume you were handed over USC approval to the state. Okay. So in the comments is reading, this person's review was actually on January 1st, 2026. I'm sure if you had your, and what did they apply for? They used the word fiance, so they must have did the fiance visa. But a lot of people have been getting through with the fiance visa. I think it sounds like this person, their timing just sucks. The timing that they had their interview sucked. Yeah. They had their interview right when the ban was implemented. I've seen people who have had their interview for K1 visa within the last 6 months and they've been getting approved. I've seen someone say, "Oh, my husband's on the way," or my, whatever. So I think they intersected with bad timing. Yeah, that does suck. Now back to, has the proclamation been reviewed? Let me see. Oh wow, okay. Let's go to Abuja. So I'm using this little IV scheduling status tool. It says Lagos is currently looking at cases from February 2025. Envy, let me just show you. I like to show and tell and show and tell. All right, so I'm looking at the IV scheduling tool, and you choose on immediate spouse. So we're talking about our husband here. It says select a U.S. embassy or consul. I just chose Lagos, and NBC is currently scheduling documentary complete cases with visas available from February 2025. Let me put in Abuja. What? Oh, Abuja's not on the list. Let me put in Barbados. Barbados is not on the list. Where's the list then? I'm confused. Let me put the A. Abu Dhabi. There's so many places in this world. Okay, let's look up B. Bridgetown. That's Barbados. NVC is currently scheduling documentary complete cases with visas available from June 2026. Barbados is moving. But I'm still slightly confused. Like, I did the whole rundown of all the phases, right? What I'm confused at, I'm gonna go to Google, right? What is DQ in the immigration process? When does it occur? I think that's after your I-130 form has been approved. Okay, so here we go. And I like have to keep, I've reviewed this stuff, right? I have learned terms, forgot them, because I'm like, there's no need for me to sweat terms and really be all, oh, what's my update? Because we just got started. But now I'm like, so I have to keep reviewing and keep learning because I keep forgetting, to be honest. And DQ is a term that I've looked up before and continue to forget about it. So let's look up DQ, right? DQ is talking about not Dairy Queen, which I would love some Dairy Queen right now. DQ is saying, make sure, okay, I'm showing y'all. DQ is saying in the immigration process, DQ stands for documented qualified. This means the National Visa Center, NVC, has reviewed and accepted all your submitted forms, fees, and civil documents. Your case is complete and now waits for an interview at a U.S. embassy or consul. Okay. We have not been DQ'd. Chibuchi and I have not been DQ'd. So this means that the NVC has reviewed, accepted all forms, fees, and civil documents. We haven't been DQ'd. We're still at the point where we just receive, oh, thank you for your application. Here's your reference number. That's the only part we're at. DQ occurs during the consul processing stage, which happens after your initial immigration petition is approved. Okay, we have not been approved yet. So DQ happens after you have been approved. So USCIS approval. Boom. NVC processing. Boom. You gotta pay another fee. NVC review. Boom. DQ issue. Gotcha. Okay. So, excuse me. Here's a simple term. It is not visa approval. DQ simply means your paperwork is accepted and you are officially in line for an interview. Period. So when I go back to the IV scheduling tool, let me take y'all back there with me, right? When we go back to the IV scheduling status tool, it says, check the current status for your immigration visa. All right, I'm looking at Barbados, Bridgetown and Barbados. So if you've been DQ'd in and you decide to go to the Bridgetown embassy, NVC is currently scheduling completed document cases with visas from, okay. I'm trying to process this in my brain. Oh, let me show. Does this make sense to y'all too? Or just me? So NBC is currently scheduling their meeting. They're scheduling with interviews for cases from June. That's still so current though. So when we get DQ'd, we're going to Barbados. We gonna have the money on by then. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, Barbados is moving fast. But still, Barbados is part of the 39 countries that are banned. Let me look it up. Which 39 countries are banned? Boom, it's already up there. Afghanistan, this country. Okay, let me show y'all the list. This is the ban of this is the ban, the countries that are on the ban. Afghanistan, Chad, Haiti, Iran, Laos, Liberia, Mali, Niger, Congo, Sierra Leone, South Sudan. And you got the partially restricted, fully restricted. So they're under the Palestinian Authority. If you're under the Palestinian Authority, you completely blocked. Okay. Partially restricted. These countries face partial restrictions, include Pacific. Suspended those. Okay. Nigeria, Senegal. What? Hold on. I don't see Barbados. Zimbabwe. Let me just ask. Is Barbados a part of the... Mm-hmm. Okay, Barbados are... Yeah, I thought so. Barbados is a part of the band. And there you have it. It's like no way around it. The only way around it is to go live with your spouse. That's the way around it, is to go live with your spouse. Everybody banned. Everybody's banned. Banned. They're banned. Banned. That's not funny. Not make a song about being banned. We're banned. Make sure y'all like the live. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Like the live. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Like the live. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Okay. Now I wanted to look at something on the Facebook group, right? Hmm. So this is somebody with a K1 visa process. She's saying how she's starting a YouTube channel to document the whole process. It's just telling what they asked for. They started this process March of 2025. Let me read this one. Somebody said, I just don't understand how someone can put a ban on spousal or K1 visas. For heaven's sakes, must someone find love where they from? Must you marry from your village, town, or city? Must you marry from your country? What happens to finding love on trips, schooling, even on flights? Went for business or vacation in other parts of the world and find love, or even on someone's wedding day in another country as a guest. Oh, Lordy, this is a little long. So they're saying, what if you found love somewhere else in another country? In this part of the world where I'm from, when a woman gets married to a man, no matter where that man is from or lives, she's to move to her husband's home immediately. That's the tradition. That's the culture. I get it. What is all these pauses for? Children can't be with their parents, wives can't be with their husbands. This is seriously becoming annoying, and no one in this world has the right to dictate to anyone where they must find love. For heaven's sakes, you're not God. You didn't bring nothing to this earth, and definitely you ain't taking nothing with you. But why would one deprive someone from being with the people they care about the most, their families, their friends, their loved ones, in the name of economic or security or what? I have seen a lot of posts from women who was and are pregnant and are supposed to be with their spouses, or their spouses being with them in that critical, beautiful moment of bringing another life into the world without knowing if they will make it out alive. True, a lot of women do die in childbirth. Jesus Christ, this is crazy. This is annoying, and it is not fair. Better still, announce or ban your citizens for falling in love with anyone other than someone from another part of the world. Or maybe you can remotely control the hearts of your citizens not to dare love someone outside their territory. Even if you want to keep a strict watch, you can say, if divorced, no matter the years of the marriage together, you will go back to your country. Even though it's still not right, but it's better than preventing them from living together and starting a family. She was upset when she wrote that one. And I definitely understand. Has anyone joined any lawsuits pertaining to the 75 country visa pause? I haven't. Somebody say next week, which is now, the report will be out. Next week, the report will be out. Up, up, up. Wow. That's enough of that. Let me check our our paperwork status, even though I know it's nothing to review. USCIS case status. Let me sign in. People are upset. Hey, girlie, do you know Amadou? Say English, say Amadou. Yes, that Amadou. Come on, what's happening? Okay, verification code. They kill me with this verification code every time I try to log in. Like, Control V, submit. Oh, Lord have mercy. Hey, girlie, do you know Amadou? Kira Johnson, period. Same old same. Case was received and a receipt notice was sent. That's it. That's the only update we got. Sit back and wait. That's all we know. But it's something I have to do. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to submit the K4 visa application. So if you already got your I-130 submitted, go ahead and submit your K4 visa application. Even though it may get denied, just go ahead and send it because it doesn't cost you anything, and then it gets your case reviewed. Just read some info about the K4 visa, which I know they say is extinct, but you still can apply for it. But where's my documents? I have it on my phone. Where are you? Where are you? I need you right now. Hey, girlie. Do you know Amadou? Oh, okay, okay. Oh, it's the I-129F form. K3 children. Mm. Boy, they done put a fee on it. $24 fee. As of May 29, 2026, we published a new edition. The new edition includes a $24 fee required by public law. Trump is getting to the motherfucking bag. He wants fees for every little thing that you do. Wow. Damn, I was supposed to Ben put this paperwork in too. Now I gotta pay a fee. Shit on you. Always on a fee. So the K3 visa is the I-129F form. I'm just gonna fill it out. Freak it. I'm just gonna do it. And you can do it on the computer too and just print it out. Wow. So the K3 is what you're looking for if you're already married. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I like how you can just fill it out though. They done added a fee to it. It's so greedy. I would show this, but it's all my personal info. K3 visa. Let me look that up. Has anyone been approved for the K3 visa? I'm going to ask my question. Yeah, my name is G. Close. It says, let me show y'all what it say, 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 what it say. It says, yes, K3 visas are still occasionally approved, but the Department of State rarely issues them because they are automatically administratively closed once your underlying spousal immigrant visa CR1 or IR1 is approved. But at this rate, CR1, IR1 aren't being approved quickly enough. So let me do my thug thizzle and go ahead and submit this application. And they want a funky $24. So I'll give it to them just to get just to get it rolling. Wow. Wow is all I can say. Wow. What's my account number? One, two, three, four. Wouldn't that be a blessing if the K3 visa gets approved before our I-130 gets approved? That would be such a blessing. They ask just redundant questions, to be honest. Kira and Victor. I should have been did this. Don't procrastinate, y'all. Just get your stuff done. And I gotta double check something. You want to make sure all your information is aligning together. Don't put all this mix match information. The same info that you put on your I-130, put the same info on your given name. See what I'm saying? Like, what? Oh, 3. Country of births. You know, I'm so hopeful. I'm so. Thank y'all for being here with me. No, never been previously married. I'm a U.S. citizen by birth. Okay, it's really just matching your information from your I-130 to your K3 visa. Dang it. Is your fiance related to you? No. You're my spouse. Have you and your fiance met in person? This is my spouse. Did you meet your beneficiary through the services of a IMB? No. It's 12 pages. Criminal information. Have you ever been subject to temporary permanent protection, restraining order? No. Have you ever been arrested, convicted of any of the following crimes? No. Child abuse, sexual assault, child neglect, dating violence, elder abuse, stalking, attempt to commit any of these crimes? Absolutely no. Murder, homicide, manslaughter, rape, abusive sexual contact, sexual, blah, 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 all that. No. 3 or more arrest convictions? No. Controlled substance or alcohol? No, 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 no. Squeaky clean background over here. Not Hispanic. Jeez Louise. Where's my Dallas. That's not even working. Okay, I guess I had to click. Damn, they want to know your height, your weight. And they know I gotta lie about my weight now. I'm not about to tell you how much I weigh. For real, for real. Petitioner's daytime phone number, petitioner's mobile, petitioner's email. Petitioner's email. Okay. No interpreter was used. Interpreter. Why is that flying by me? Stop it. Sorry. Filling out the K3 visa. Forget F it. Let's do it. It says, prepares full name, contact information, declaration, signature of the person preparing this petition, if other than the petitioner. Okay. See, you gotta read too, because you make simple mistakes like filling out spots that you're not supposed to fill out. That mean that you're incompetent. You have to read. You have to read. I want to get this finished and mailed out today. Certified mail at that. Yep, so I filled out what I could remember right off top. Then I'm going to compare and contrast to my I-130. Yep. I'm going to make sure I fill out what I need to fill out. Full name of employer. Okay. I'm just going to leave that as is because what? And while I think I saved this on my freaking I-130. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. All the same information. There it goes. Okay. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. So I can just compare and contrast and just get it done. That's where I'm at. I'm with the get it done energy right now. I should have been did it, but it's okay, Key. You're doing it now. That's what's important. You're doing it now. No, no, no. See. Let's go to the top. Go to the top of the. Okay. Fix address number 2. And 6. That was in Florida. 3161. United States. Wow. Wow. Let me just put the same information I got. Okay, so I had put that job. Good morning. Y'all are up late with me. Filling out my K3 visa application. This is holding me accountable for getting it done because I was supposed to did this, and I haven't done it. And it's time to stop being slack. Yeah, don't be slack. Just get it done. 33024. 33024. 33024. Yeah, man. We gotta try every angle we can try. I really do. And I suggest you do that, especially if you have done your I-130. Go ahead and do that K3 application. Go ahead, put it in. It won't hurt. If anything, hopefully you get your paperwork looked at. You dig? Just do it. I can set this up. I don't have to struggle. I'm struggling. Thank you, Jesus. Won't he do it? I'll send you where to go. There we go. Now I can type better. Oh, my phone is up there. I'm using my phone, so let me check my email. It's all good. Uh-oh. 526. 5526. Yep. Just filling out my application because I was supposed to have done this and I haven't done it, so let's get it done. I'm tired of waiting. Clearing out the to-do list. What are y'all doing up? What are y'all doing up this early morning? Or where are you watching from? Maybe it's a full blast day already for you. Okay, just making sure all my information is accurate. Never been married before. Never did any crime. And when you're going through this immigration process, you got to make sure that your background is legit. Certificate number. Have you obtained a certificate of naturalization or certificate of citizenship in your name? No. No, I have not. Have you ever filed form for any other beneficiary? No. What action did USCIS take on Anna, for example? Okay. I don't have to do that because that doesn't apply to me. Do you have any children under the age? No. Please provide all U.S. states, foreign countries in which you have resided since your 18th birthday. U.S. states and foreign countries in which you have resided. Just Florida. I resided in Florida, in the United States. Mailing address of your beneficiary. Damn, they won't let you copy and paste nothing. Nigeria. Victor. Okay. Provide your beneficiary physical address for the last 5 years, whether inside or outside the country. Provide your beneficiary current address first if it is different from. Mm-mm. Provide current address first if it is different from the mailing address. Okay, it's not. It's asking for the same old stuff. It's crazy. I'm gonna let it get into 4 hours, then it will be out. So another 12 minutes. Jesus. Lord have mercy upon us. Wow. Date authorized, stay expired. They ask so many questions. Good morning. Good morning. Filling out this paperwork. Get your paperwork done. 8 plus will be B 006912. Oops, sorry if I'm reading that out loud. Wrong for that.